she will be left off the hook, like the several other MPP criminals Honorable Vice-Free Ankra mentioned, who have been left off the hook despite the atrocities they have committed against NDC supporters and innocent civilians. And that is why we are serving notice. You see, when you talk about things like this, people say, oh, you are complaining too much. You are talking too much. We are in opposition. We bet this fourth Republican democracy. And as a responsible opposition, a law-abiding political party, it is our responsibility to continuously highlight these acts of violence, these cruel acts which have the tendency to plunge this country into chaos and doom. It is our responsibility to do so, and that is why we are doing it. But above all, we also have a right to defend ourselves. And that is why our elections director, and even before today, our national youth organizer, has called on all party supporters to defend themselves in line with the right to self-defense provided under the Constitution. And today we are reiterating that call. Comrades who are listening to us this afternoon, do not sit aloof and allow these cowards and criminals to beat you, maim you, and even kill you. You have a right to defend yourselves. Mobilize yourself. Come together. Whatever you can get you can get to defend yourself against harm, against death, do so. Call on us anytime you need any support, and we will stand by you every step of the way to make sure that we resist this oppressive rule, this rule of terror and tyranny we are all being subjected to. And we know we shall prevail at the end of the day. But we have also cautioned members of our security agencies who still have their conscience intact, their integrity intact, and who are not happy with what is happening, that they must rise up and be counted. This is the time for them to act. Today, the Ghana Armed Forces is being bastardized. As for the police, they've been rendered useless by this government, which has bastardized all state security agencies. But there are good people in there, and I dare say that the good people in there are in the majority. And that is why we are appealing to their conscience that people are giving the institutions you belong to a bad name. This is the time to act. As for the MPP hoodlums and bandits and their collaborators in our state security agencies, like Honorable Levy said, power is transient. December 7th is not far. The next NDC government will fish all of them out, including the policemen in uniform, that police commander at Ifutu, including all of them, Afenyo Mark, and all these members of parliament. And that is why he said that we are all in this country who know what is happening. You can consider that as a threat or a warning, because that day is coming, and it is coming really quick. We will fish all of them out and deal with them drastically, including the men in army uniforms, police uniforms, and all of them. Apart from standing up to their intimidation now, apart from mobilizing ourselves to defend our people through every legitimate means, we will ensure when that day of reckoning comes, when that day of accountability comes, we will ensure that there is retribution. And that is why the international community, our religious bodies, civil society organizations who are not happy with what is happening, some of whom are speaking up, like Bishop Ajina Sari, like the security experts who are calling for the dismissal and the prosecution of that gangster, criminal, thuggish minister Hawa Kumse. That is why we are saluting all of them. We are encouraging them to continue to speak up. We will not stop the press conferences, but that doesn't mean that that is all we will do.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members of Parliament, on the authority of His Excellency President Amankwah Akufo-Addo, I beg to move the honorable members of this august House approve the mid-year review of the budget statement and economic policy of the Government of Ghana and supplementary estimates for the 2020 financial year, which I present today, 23rd July 2020. Mr. Speaker, I'm performing function in accordance with Article 179(8) of the 1992 Constitution, Standing Order 143 of this August House, as well as Section 20 of the Public Financial Management Act 2016, Act 921. Mr. Speaker, this statement is an abridged version of the mid-year review of the budget statement and economic policy of the Government of Ghana and supplementary estimate for the 2020 financial year. I would like to request the Hansard to capture the entire mid-year review of the budget statement and economic policy of the Government of Ghana and supplementary estimate for the 2020 financial year. Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to thank God for the privilege and extend my appreciation to His Excellency the President for the opportunity to lead this important assignment in managing the public finances of this country. I am grateful to God for His grace, mercy, and goodness towards us. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, when we look back at where we were and where we are now, we cannot help but to be grateful. Mr. Speaker, my prayer every morning from Exodus 30, 40 is to ask, and I quote, "The Lord, if you are pleased with me, teach me your ways. But remember that this nation is your people. May your presence go with us." Mr. Speaker, when we took the management of this economy in January 2017, things were dire. We were recording the lowest growth in history in most of our critical sectors. Expenditures in sectors like education, agriculture, and health that address the basic human needs of our people were
It's me say that na cause who say smoke pa every menim hono we fear na enim hono side hono it's me who say nkofo bebre adwane ba me fear ho side it's me pia na nko bisa say that na cause so I walked to the center myself me call no information is how akomsen asa aba meme center aya meme branch hono Wabaho, I instructing the boys. They say, almost shoot to LDC boys. No, almost shoot to the good people of Ghana. No more kum kaswa for because a Juma now say, oh yeah, as MP no on to me. It's in ya. I saw you say, obe kuyen because one say, about your prayer. Why sakoko or prayer obe one no pray no bien. It's and no say, yeah, mama me my warning shots. Shop be our hey yaw. Muku be one bullet a be fame. Motorbikes 3 is your of my own instructing the boys and say, "Omu peja into motorbikes no. Obia ojina ha ultra process and yamana aircon. Papa bia sebio ne saya ne yadeda. Omu ache papa no edufu no abro no pa. We are boys in the promo phones. Omu ajije omu phones. Omu abro nkofo e was step to Christ and no pay.
I said na wa kun se baye. Obaye no si on the car mu. Na car si 3 edi nachi. Nti obaye no be inside. So we're inside and no people gina no. Until many one gina na me gina nim ho. Just na west na o in the car no never to see it. We see na boy be parking motor wa nim ho. No opia boy ni motor na say go to the car hin. No na o pepper spray. No this spray boy na nim. O spray we are no o twa boy ni na e go for work from. Na me na me say me video na o yeah your pa me so. So when we saw him, yeah, how do we start at a cannon? Until me corner bullet to the dream, until we come to tell me who our corner. Now, me says, no, 4x4 you are making a fish, I no kuna woman. Until you are not afraid, oh, you're calling our friend, and a son of boys in the bay. Until I dare see what honey is. It is 4 times now to know.
Obadi Adom Yawada Kwasan Yabeti Punch Jumadi na Sabre Yade Ebro Efri Kessben Studios. Mabaja for I ready and of course. And now himself finance minister Echo Embrashe Bedroom Ade Aban and Shisha friend media budget Echo to Embrashe Bedroom for enim. And 72 bay and a finance minister or the Kotum Rashabaja for enim. Efa say see a shafia see a basic June bossumi Aban Shisha or ye. Say and a COVID Honson Sama Baye Akosie. A free sabri Ekosi say a fe a beba na wie a buying and share a one sam no say and a tear. Say far Sikado Dua a buying ye say obeje na buying and senka because of COVID-19. Say a buying expenditure and I say car a buying bebo. Na ebekonanim because of COVID-19. Economic indicators, micro, macro. Ninyina COVID-19 asesa ansemi. Aban hyehyeye wo ho sesiye edema wona ebia COVID-19 ba yenti yeyi na die efri dwumamsen ena samsen no etie. Electricity and water I enjoy for some time now. Aban say embre dey nimbe bosume miensan hyehyeye ben ena waye. Industries aban hyehyeye ewo edema enyumakuo wona wegu ene won so aban betimi aso wona asene sen ena aban hyehyeye ho nsem etie. Na nyumbre se utie bie se wantie bie ewie. Sa media economic review ana say budget na aban photo samfo edekoto mrasha badwafo enim no na bibisa ne say bottom line esusanso a ewo edema wo no sen ene tie nwumbre ansa na punch dwumadie ebekọ na wieye na ye ne badwafo enya botre abuebu neni so amawe hu say budget, media budget, and economic review are buying at the Combra Sebedem and Susanso war at the Mawo, say, and it's here. Yet to a point, Juma dear, so now I shall say ongoing voter registration exercise. Now, what she and Samben and SCA. Now, Electoral Commission let the citizen know, and that Omusha and Central 4 and Samben. And no more person Ghana for you who know efa registration. Two critical issues. Back on adding the Honorable Howard Kumsin or call registration center. A two I koto yene hon sema eba. And the Ghana for being sema walker saying and a hon sem etie. Former President John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. De bia ye hwe ne television so a all can say obia qualify so be register onko na onko register of course wa breko be say protocols are Electoral Commission edegu akwam nipa kro no ebedi so then the see ya a man former president His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say okwa pro kakra bi na nkrofo ko boredom pim ekodi na chimo no aka say was suspend sa exercise and asa wa twa san question wo ho ne say His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo wakoye monitoring of the exercise ye hu sa problem we don pim we bi His Excellency the Vice President Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia Doctor wako registration centers a register a monitor yenhu ne see ebi. Former President J.J. Rawlings wako registration center a register a monitor yenhu ne see ebi. Edenti enema former President John Dramani Mahama Amankwah ti see ma ekokoso sa dompimana amanfo mbo face mask omudi nechi etu di nechi Oma observe protocol biya ama Ghana fobi ebisa ho nsem. Enwumbre ye bisa sa den ene sie. Sua hunu ben e de wo ho e de emaye. Electoral Commission for response to sade no etesen. Enwumbre medinga de Ohene Gyan. Lawyer, thank you, and I'll say thank you too. Babaja for aye ready any more etwetwe nkomo Sabri. Yewo omumie no nyina familiar faces. Mr. Ishak Chey Brobe, or a Tescom patron, Kumasi Technical University. Of course, is a known face. Or Punchy Juma DSO, or Kessben Television, and on Kessben Radio. David Agbe, a social commentator. And he is also, he owns an NGO, is a security analyst. He analyzes security issues. And he is also governance consultant or governance person. So those credentials are not here. And many people see him as a friend of the umbrella. David Agbe. David Agbe.
Hey, lawyer, already died.
Your friend Sampine says, I should introduce you as belonging to the camp. But that is not what is here. I'm only saying that your friends think that you should be properly introduced as having some kind of affinity with the umbrella. That is the NDC. And of course, you're here in your capacity as an analyst. He is here in his capacity as an analyst, but we have introduced him as a patron of Tescom. So that is why it is a number wajintre unsusie ene wasembisa obi de befa number I be appear e screen so na so so akire wadwen na yakenkan ama wiase afana nyina enso so ate sene awodwen sabre enwumbre. Okay, so another Ghana this year call Ono ekodi 1 week yenua ya damfo Sir John lawyer Kwajo Wusu Afriye Sir John abusiafo no so modamu nyina se na edru final funeral rites na saado na ejidi yese ebebro so kra nipa pii dan tumi anko dwumade ni because of enema binti, but eye ne de menim kwan be fa so e be ye because me hu said e be ye but abusiafo eso moda obibia ase edru ho a e be hwe said e be kono sa enso so na Saturday by ni week pepe on the 1st Eno Mary no so my wife Francisca Obin Brobe Mrs. Ohene Gyan and then abusuan for omo de she no Mary ne ma me pa na da family Mrs. so me NCA on the 1st of August so adofo ebeja 1 week ni nyina da mase na ye science so ahemon Christ e drew a na odo am show ye mo sign abisho sa odo na da visa Chebrobe
Lawyer.
I just saying
Me adom na so e.
Boko ejebo and yeti finance minister.
Yes.
And some of the koto mrashabedwa for media review and as economic review and as a media budget.
Yeah.
Whatever be friend be.
Yeah.
But generally, we are saying were you impressed?
Yeah,
with the presentation?
As usual, yes. It's a mixture of professionalism, tactfulness, and politics. Budget review is and you may be appear, and I will be very, very surprised. Of course, who said so person take Ghana situation now woman I see will see what is happening globally. Who said or set background no by looking at the global economy. Australia, as I say, they are in recess. Every economy around the globe, they are suffer because of COVID-19 pandemic. So he laid that background perfectly. And then he looked at your revenue shortfalls. Then or share COVID-19 nankasa and any effects on almost all the sectors of the economy. And I feel also a share the apan aye said the beya sa and so no Amankwah hombehin ha omo kakra and was share the ye koye nimu so no mo aban ebeye said the beya hoto ebeba o man na o man no betimi afa ntuma pa afra Yanunti no ohun say or should to the package this particular review no and some of the things maybe you're taking me by surprise communication service tax now or reducing it from 9% to 5%. It was 6%, and Aban we say they call 9%. They're all reducing the grand and Bianca Emra another 6%, but reducing it further down from previous 6%, to 5%. That's a surprise to me. The rest, not too much of surprise. But I think the opposition government, for 2020 elections in December 7, in the sense that we're projecting beyond what friend is saying 2020, looking at about 100 billion Ghana cedis in 3 years, 2021, 2022, 2023. Be available plus other incentives in the ensuing years, 2021, 2022, 2023. So which means quite clearly, buyer all journey summary year and share all year na akahaya name more journey assign a conkind say dia Ghana for adding a mandate ABC December now going beyond so as what Timmy beach chira man for say what the mammy na me comment him so and she share way and me wo e so it clearly is difficult so be fault to finance minister issues now or share okay. And there was a declaration of reliefs or the vulnerable and then just or position who say abaya or man for a dana kuma so still or pese or two and more be said the bear or man for whom ebehin ha
okay same business say aba edahwa Saba edahwa won't traho makramai and kanipa.
Yeah.
Now, Amankwah raising concerns, freebies na ya day man. You enjoy electricity, you enjoy water, incentives packages, Ucha catch them at tutorial only in MBA because embrace day we will have to pay the loan I ebeji every year home. Interest I service that loan until I be in future. Say, are we not going back to start debt to GDP? I am concerned at the Maya Nana. I'll come back. We'll look at the nitty-gritties.
Okay.
But me call David, many adventure in the initial. David, were you impressed with the delivery? The seminar you're born a tougher. What kind of saying?
La Gyan medase mame enka say udin kan echia say John omu etimi call ne na wotwe eyi nase enra unum say John de we ya say John no kroni apart from say we ye amanyuni no MPP amanyoko mu no Sir John ye masor penny precope. Unsa Sir John where kwanhweni where SDA ni emapa. Enti menini nyina asumbom. Enti asem eto Sir John na je se aka yen a ye advantage fo nyina memory da kwanhwefo nyina na aka yen. Enti Sir John wo na wo wuye no aye ye papa. And now noon says Sir John Susuno, obey General Secretary of the MPP, na meneno bo papa. Copem said 2016 crown pono before election, no. Sir John T. Now we want to office ha. Wa unim ye NGO, Ghana Institute of Governance and Security. Ye juma ye. Enti enam Sir John so Emma mene Nanado Dankwa Kufuado, Eka Saye, was Sir John office 2016. Enti Sir John enne ye hwehwe na ye nhunu a na je se ye nyina aka ye yie enti ye ma abusua dem refadue na ya hye abusua so hyeden na maka ne se no kwasem ni amanyoku mienu a ewo Ghana nyina no eye amanyoku a enam juma ye die enam se menu mienu politics a yesu aye no enti no ama ye namfofo ewo mu pa yi na mamenka ne se budget a enne me mama asem nwa no memra budget no so ubusam se me impress ewo budget no eho ana meka ne se media budget we no enye budget a ohene Gyan wankasa ufiri nkran na wo bai wankasa minimpa se nya de a we impressed about media budget.
Yeah, Jaisa.
Well, he
Saturday night, yeah, we because I've asked you a question. It's a so bad address, only the family minister, because me there's a whole Pacific car. I will say something. Because I am impressed with anything I ever and more brower for. I'm buying so the stimulus. Stimulus package. I buy one I will come. Obi a in a JD or Tiffy. So I'm buying so over so the partners number buana. Why wouldn't I be impressed?
Oh dear, mammy, come on.
I will say to
you, impressed about it.
I'm very much impressed.
Unim nienti make us when you're impressed about the media budget. Media budget we aye budgeter. Metima can say aye Gyan budget. No kwasem a wo mu pa nse me hwe no ma bia na hunhuna me na me nteme ho ase se budget we ye eba finance minister madam fo kan oforiata ka kire Ghana fo se nanu ya coronavirus ba ye na coronavirus abanse ye nyina ye ntena fie na wo kan ye hye mu ba se na wotwe mienu pe na watwe mienu pe na ye kwatena fie no wo mo wo kumase kakra ene wo mo wo enkran baabi kakra no aban se wa spend sika ba sika aban se wo de ahwes nipa kakra bi wo mo set target se 400,000 aban se wa spend 54.3 million Ghana cedis 54.3 million Ghana cedis. Then people say, says 54.3 million Ghana cedis. Finance minister wonim says Ghana. Wonim said yes says Ghana. You can say 54.3 million Ghana cedis. Finance minister wonim says Ghana. And me dwen wa mentia say amanfo do o man no e di agrosa. How could it be say within 2 weeks, now what you mean? They do 9. Yetimia spending 54.3 million Ghana cedis. Ohene?
No, you have a bad areas are of interest to you. They will interrogate some issues now, because say in your initial way, you know, if you are not impressed because of this, no problem. But this is something that if you raise it, we are going to digest to look at exactly what he said, and then areas now, because this statement now will make on the floor of the House. From Monday, be subjecting to critical scrutiny. We are just looking at this allocations and indications. Awama.
Ohene, me say, Finance Minister, Aban say, COVID-19 coronavirus ebaye, na ye kan ye hwe fie bes na watwe mienu no. Na Aban say, wo hwe nipa be say 400,000 no. Within 2 weeks, Aban was spending 54.3 million Ghana cedis. And I mean, say, Finance Minister winning 54.3 million Ghana cedis says can win him there. And yes, it could be over 54.3 million Ghana cedis. You bet me the Sikano, actually, Kumasi Yinama, Bikura Kumasi Fire Bay Feno, and Yeni. 54.3 million. Tete was Sikano. Tete wa, you know, one gasa ye interview or Safo Mafo. Sao or pay nana or Safo Mafo Kano. Near 54.3 million. All the quantity was Kanuma, over Kana saying. Chesa, went to mean Kankra or Jim. And maybe some who say, I then Amankwah de Omano, a dear grossa. How can it be? And me dwen ho a mentiase hwe sese ya me no mienu ye kase Ohene me no mienu ye nimpa se aban eba ye na Ghana ye ka ye de enyina wo Ghana efi Kwame Nkrumah epenso 1957 saa besi 2017 6 January another 7 January na Ghana ka yadie nyina no eye 120 billion Ghana cedis. 7th of January 2017 na mekan. And na our finance minister ene yen ekasa ewo parliament no. Ghana yeka a yadie enne mienu ye kan. Ekura kwakodu 255.7 billion Ghana cedis within a space of just 3.5 years. Mfie miensa ene fa no data eka aban edi abeka ho no uyi free 120 million mu a Ohene ebe ma osen Mr. Chebro we na actually dey university.
David, just finish with the intro so that we can come to the details. Analysis.
255.7 billion. Now, me busa me say within a space of 3.5 years, no. Aban ajibosia etesa no. Be say 134 billion no. Aban aji anasa 37 billion and over no. Me busa me say sika no. Edi pa na ban ede sika no ede aya. Me no mienu lawyer Ohene Gyan. Wunimra na politics so eno no wasua ama wodi akọ akiri pa no. Busa ho say sa sika yi aban agye within a space of 3.5 years. Net debt no ye huri ko 255.7 billion cedis. And then ye betimi di yan sa kire so. Ni aka ne say aban ba yi a wabobosi ahodo yi. Sa sika yi aban e de ba akokura si hospital bi. Wo de ba akwa si school dan ba akubi. Wo de kwan ayi kwan ba akubi a ye betimi di yan sa kire so say aban e de sa sika wo yi. Anase aban there is ayempuntu djuma kase bi a ye ni ene ye chese sebi obi a nani afra kra no ofa kwan no so a obetuma hu ye hu sa no mani ba bibia ye hu bia wo ba bibia hwe kumase ye kwan said ye sete
David, I think you're going over because
ya na makoma hu ya na me yam hwehwe me ma me Ghana
relax
me yam hwehwe me ma me Ghana adan ni ye di o ma na
let's moderate the program. Just take it easy. I only ask you very simple question at 2 minutes. Then come back to me there. Your impression. Now you are going into Rema. I mean, just to say a form part of our discussion. But let's come back.
Okay. I'm
going to Mr. I'm going to Chebro because why is also you said almost 1 hour. on this your impression about the now let's come to the detailed areas. May areas are area of interest to me mostly you say aban revenue ana or expected enya ade a obetumi enya aban expenditure enso so ekosoro he na aban ebenya ska sa funding gap na eda ho no aban ebenya ska ede afele sa gap no ye behwe no 2 na ya hwe mitigation measures aban si ode ba ebe bua Ghana for ewo sa COVID-19 sa brewe ekosi December a eda yenimi a ebe budget fufro no aban si nhyehyɛ ebe na ode ba ebe bua Ghana for na bia bua me maame a wo me adwa sewa enwumbre ya ye sa program nhyehyɛ ebe na aban si ode ba ebe bua wona woni bi. I mean these are the two areas we will be looking at. So Mr. say Mr. Brobe.
Lawyer.
Yes.
May I say? I'll look at what you want.
Yeah. Firstly, obviously, and between January, ebesi March ya COVID, ebeboma and yema jigumi. Senka heard the economic outlook, abai indicators, inflation, interest rates. Ne bibia nanka ededa na akwam COVID ti sim enama enema ya nti because of COVID aban say the revenue na sika na nkode na ni atoso se obegigye de de akyekyere Ghana de beye Ghana yie no enya ade asa sika no aban ensa ebeka enam COVID ye so enema mpo aban no am budget se nko be spend sika on no na e wo sa aban ko pesika e be spend e wo sa ade no nti ama aban expenditure so ahuri ekosro. Now the question is kwan ben e na aban no e wo sa budget o de akoto mrahye badwafo anim aban se obefa so a sa gab na edam no obetimi afele no.
Lawyer, may I say? Minia, washe punches be a me program where so na yes, I listen to you na my answer all questions, but at the same time I also listen to my co-panelists, and then also speak to the owners so Obekan Kakra. Minia, or yes, I to Mampam America. We do Mampam America because you mean where the attack of 54.3 million attack me who maybe say free back because otherwise say ubia can figure bia to how ubia bet me attack and said was bia. Me feel say as an analyst no senka or chain na when your details item by item o kambomo unya 54.2 million na Ghana cedis na eho ananka o kan na obia etie no asabio mpraduasan na nipa konzo hunu say oh why examine item by item na item ni bi ho kra na wadwene mu kra na esenka ban so spend kra esenka spend chance and say baby won so kra na o soro ema wa eno so betimi na say figure back da ho say yemfa nya analysis oboa some boa on that one can share me say which the figure back to say now based on that figure now the analysis and then you are not a very serious analyst. I have to be very honest.
No that no
what I'm saying is that
I know you I know you don't no I know you I won't allow no
me that's it
let me retract
no I retract and I also apologize but let me put it another way say
thank you very much
say analysis now share just one figure now the kasa a different chance or the kasa the details never perhaps over differently. And number two, it is also not true, sir, na a 120 billion. In fact, the debt situation, Assad, Tama, NDC handing over Emma MPP, a 122.3 billion Ghana cedis, and not 120 billion. Besides, I'm taking it from 9.5 billion dollars. 9.5. And sir, at $122.3 billion, and now the debt to GDP ratio was over 73%. What is the debt to GDP ratio as we speak? The finance minister quoted 62.3 percent. And he if debt discussion, I have full issues about that debt discussion here that we can look at in detail. But where he began from, I don't think it's appropriate. It was very clear, sir, under Mahama's economy, interest rate never was low. Okay? Interest rate over around 32-33%. Say interest rate ASI, even under COVID, interest rate ASI, 21, 22, 23%. This is the kind of economy this government produces. Okay? Inflation was over 15%, 15.5%. 15.5%. Under COVID, they say we are hovering around 11.2%. Okay? Agric a declining, industry a declining, banking sector na a very, very weak. 4 years near go through Dumso. Average of friend is saying electricity prices increase by best 45%. Ye ko IMF, and in who and share na bite on mine. Ye credit rating move from B+ to B negative. Common chalk crown a problem our classroom. You withdraw nursing training allowance. You withdraw teacher training allowance. What you say? You know, yes, economy under NDC, you know, 2. Now economy under NPP 2. Let us be very, very, very careful. At the same time, under this economy, you're introduced to free senior high school. You fund this free senior high school over 2 billion per annum. In fact, I say PPEs and other more things are going to free senior high schools to support. You restore nursing training allowance. You restore teacher training allowance. Say you need doing some more. You abolish 17 nuisance taxes. Banking sector cleanup are taking place. How is the banking sector mobilizing about 7 billion for business support? If say banks na omo fin atoto tutomuna na omo nyina omo na so na banks no afia na omo fi moja do e better na kwat nya mobilize over 7 billion business support. Even our friend is saying 10 billion Obatampa support for the next 3 years. And almost 70% is coming from private sector, and then 30% is going to come from public sector. This is the results of the banking sector cleanup. Okay? You introduce NAPCO. I'm telling you about things this government and this, Nana Akufo-Addo-led government are producing very positive within this economic circumstances. 100,000 people are in employment. Okay? You introduce national ambulance. 207 national ambulance across the country. Drone technology is working. We are digitizing almost everywhere in this country. Now, saying, our friend is saying, electricity cut off. No, recharge it. Call passport officer, near my very fast. Call our friends DVLA, and near very fast. No, planting for food and jobs is working. Running for food and jobs is working. One village, one dam is working. Again, under this particular government, and working. So government way so was spend this car will be no person what say indeed was spend this car. Obetimianya be yes, not just such as was spend this car. And see, okay, say debt now borrowed a balloon from 120 to 200, and this How much is that the rate of debt accumulation?
Okay,
so,
now let's come back to
yeah, and dealing with that. Let me also say I'm in Okasei. He's also aware. Says I'm in Okasei. Tax revenue a decline. Undercover. Tax revenue a decline. Oil revenue a decline. Import duties a decline. Export revenue a decline. Cocoa revenue a decline. Foreign remittances a decline. Okay, gold revenue and some marginal increase. All them trying to say capital flight. Man, see cash on my moon. More you free on my moon at the accord. What you say? You don't know, sir. Ushe sa conditions we say na busa say. Den na ye kakosra. When anything chira we say e bosia anatimi ma ye kakosro. Mr. Saska we here say ka wunya ade manage woman ni nyina Saska we say nyina say madia na still also wo gusu a wo ya niema na gabo no eye den gabo no eye de e be ye bosia enye bosia nkura ya touch your stabilization fund, you know, ya touch your heritage fund. Amankwah contribute to over 50 is about 54 million Ghana cedis also into COVID-19, you know, alleviation fund. So enyemra ye shada a chastising government pa over debt honkra. In fact, say anka ye NDC abanya me sure say anka yetimi etimi a sustaining any macro up to now.
So the specific question na maybe sir is a revenue shortfall. Okay, I'm sure we'll have to.
Yeah, so I'm saying that the difference between say almost
because revenue shortfall of about 13.6 million, expenditure ebe increased by about 11.6 million. Now there's a huge financing gap.
Yeah.
Now, or more, some people are a tin chain air, say.
Yeah.
Abai no, also kobo busian with me a fella gap. Abai kobo busian na my desk stock no air control. In the assurance, Ben or say, Sa gabu is a buy a pesca to a sa gabu, no kobo busian. Uncle Francis so bonny be embryo. Just briefly, now
you say, Yan a coin a be for so. You be survive to see Maria away more. Ya mini coin a be survive to see Maria ye woman. Na, and yes, I mean, say, you may a mini chilima home, as I see a green chilima home. But as I see it, me survival. And yet to me, as I created the new life for Nchilima. Okay? You don't know, say, ya sources na eba na ya dear, nessa, and so na dear ya pegu that there be, ye coco yibi, Eddie Babe Cajon, near no and so, nessa, ye coco bobusia, Eddie Babe Sosua. Mimi kwa mrobe mi hunu adie bia ayeni hanya say yentimi amomodia ni an stabilize economy no and sana yetimi akoyenim ya take offer enya dia na ene oman esikasem enhyehyeye sabin produce onya dia na etas
maybe that's it and the finance minister kan say aba eda wonchen a ontra ho ema kraman embekao enku. We'll come to mitigating factors but as part of the media economic review, very interesting chilling revelation said Abai so far no has spent over 3.2 billion into education. I benefit 1.2 million. Ghana and Kra 1.2 million. And I buy a TSK 3.2 billion. And they are sure school free. And we teacher ni be send me adebi na obo yen central for nechi. But initially no nanka me bo ye for but me hwewie ye no I understood him. The point and say anka ne no teacher ni a wo ye parent a wo ba a wonim school emfaso e wo so a wo ba ko bie. Na edru se ye betro en social wo teacher ni no ukura ba na wakɔ classroom akɔpam abɔfra a ɛnyɛ ne fault to say ne maame ne ne papa ambetua ne fees wo de aba akɔpam saa akra no ama akra na kɔ fie wɔ abrɛko a ɔntwerɛ nsɔhwɛ no bi wɔ abrɛko a wo ti ebu for sɛ saa akra no future ɛna wo sɛ no but because of system ɛwɔ hɔ nti na ɛwɔ sɛ wo de adeɛ bɔ wo nsunum na akɔpam saa akra no ɔsɛ de ɔkɔ fie a ɔda na ɛhante no na nei no teacher who supervise exams saa deɛ sɛ yɛkɔfa aba akɔpam akra bi because yɛntua ne fees no ɛni hɔ nti sesei at least wo da your conscience is clear say one could deny obi the future because owing school fees. NAPCO 1.6 billion Ghana cedis benefiting 100,000 Ghanaians. Agric 1.85 billion planting for food and jobs. Electricity keeping the lights on in excess of 4.7 billion. Just for the outlook. Now, let's come to this person, David. Now, the question that I asked Mr. Shak Chebrobe concerns over say financing gap. Go buy no they say abada hwa. Won tra ho nhwe makramai embekaw. Say Ghana for a comdium COVID comes to me kum nipa. COVID to me kum nipa. And this also provide PPEs. It also motivated doctors, frontliners, nurses. It also provided free water and electricity. So Ghana for be survive COVID. It also increasing leap. It also we buy no say whatever it takes. I buy no be making sure say Obama Ghana for attract as survive COVID. And then brother nim susu no or den say pa e be hwe say economy no e be generalize. Concerns say aban be kwa akobobosia obobosia no ye debt stock e be kosro e basa na ama oman no ye da chen so anhwe ya na ankoyi. What says you?
Ohene me dase me gidi say obema memre na me deal with this subject said here Oma Mr. Chebrobe itimi enya kwanya na wetimi address the issue no. Masamu America NSA aban nanu ya coronavirus ebaye aban se yantina fie na wotwe mienu no aban se na wotwe mienu pe dedu nan yedi wo fie no nipa 400,000 aban kan se omo benua aduane hot meal edi ama omo nua aduane e hye ne edi ama wo no aban se na wotwe mienu pe sika was spending wo ho no aye 54.3 million Ghana cedis within 2 weeks na wotwe mienu asam ne yakan 54.3 million Ghana cedis. Anna, Mr. Chebrobe say, yeah, the absolute figure at the 200 more. Say, absolute figure, yeah, say, sika, and I say, adie fu abako. Yem fine analysis. Na mebusa, Mr. Chebrobe say, unim said yes, prepare budget. No unim parliamentary procedure. Ni unim said ye finance as ye juma. Oko parliamenta, mako parliament from 1997, abapem enne. Metimi aka say, wo de figure beto ho a. Eye se wo de subsidiary ayi eka ho, chire se sika no ekwan a ofa so a wo spending ni. Wo mabusa no parliament say sa de we won fa breakdown. Won chiche mu enchire se we no 54.3 billion no eden pa na wo de to ye fa sa list ni nyina ebra. Finance minister want me for South Africa ne mai.
Okay.
Enti me ya analysis a eden na wo pesa me gina so na me de ye. Yebusa finance minister say 54.3 million Ghana cedis no. For less than a fabra. Ni ehun say yes to sanitizer, yet to nose mask, yet away. What say? Aduane nko awo 54.3 billion. Nipa do do send ye chema o ehemfo ne ye che sa aduane ne ma o.
Okay.
Sana,
where are you quoting that figure from?
Figure now already na me tie finance minister ni and no kra no ma kan wa ha. Wo hwe wo list yi so a. Cook meals. Cook meals. And watch let's say COVID-19 54.3 million according to
what goes through a finance minister statement, you know.
And less than on fashion can.
Okay.
One fashion can.
Now let me draw your attention to 354. Paragraph 354. Do you have it?
No,
paragraph 355.
Would 354. Measure. What in Yabotre?
David.
Safigano. 54.3 billion.
Wamau Nadmo. Wamau Gender Ministry. Any Nadmo.
Would in Yabotre? Would in Yabotre?
The figure is there.
Yabotre, mammy.
Okay.
And what you know? Any yachre say. Sa 54.3 million. I would say now watching me no do 9 pe. Says it cano. And I buy or so what dear Amankwah for. And what you Mr. Chebro be make say Ghana for car.
No, this notion of 2 weeks no is where is it provided for?
Say
2 weeks.
Because
what the statement says, no say during the period of the lockdown.
Lockdown, no, you call lockdown how many? You call 2 weeks, a period of 2 weeks. Now what you mean?
Okay.
Osha Ghana forecast so debt a car. And I make sure say from 1957 SRBC January 2017 a car na Ghana for edino a 120 billion. Sakano and a Ghana for day. And na me no ka say within 3.5 years. Enfiemian sanefa ye kano akako do 255.7 billion. Mr. Chebro be so on TV da na a year 122. Why na chire na sa finance no? A year exchange rate no and a finance minister can ayi oforiata what the first budget no and we convert exchange rate no and we nya 122 billion. I was in parliament. So and ocean ye kanwa
maybe so asema maybe sa interest maybe sa 120 billion now wo kan and no alone no a free sa time no be seen then that's debt na loan interest on that loan no saying that
wo hene ne mebu sa ne se emfie miensa bosum nsia asam ne yakan abanya bobosia sa 135.7 and what yaka sa total debt now from Kwame Nkrumah time sa and nemu sa besi John Mahama's period no a car Ghana for edino 120.
I don't want us to go there but if a bank specifically ekoji loan say obetua debt and that or legacy debt no obetua we sebeya bond no bo family no emma interest ayetua wo ye ka no beko would you say ye busia obi akobo there's nothing to show for no if you want to be fair to facts that is what we do here
fair to the fact as obi amesia finance at least mini finance background no me masters in finance me in corporate finance and international finance
appreciated so
but apart from that,
finance background,
Messiah chartered economics into America.
So based on your background, would you say, sir, bonds are buying no koje specifically? Na also the chia data na ewoho because the interest accumulated interest na you chia the service that debt no na many you know. O chia sa debt na free because sir we na ya koje say relatively no. your moratorium by 5 years. At the same time, interest on Ohene wo loan. Would you say that scanner minor koji and wouldn't know the year?
Ohene near me nim ye chere me of finance. Corporate finance, international finance, and development finance. Enyina say, ababi obebo bosia, ebiano, etria interest on it. Wo fa Ghana. From 1957, sa besi 2016 na, ababi a waba bosia biya fi sa period no, ebesi no, obi etria interest. And obi aso babosia, wade chire adwuma wade sa sika no aye. Menka aye, anase menka emma NDC for no. Minim se John Dramani Mahama
Come on, na baby. Oh, you know, come on, nothing stops you. Come on.
Professor Mills, any John Mahama, Omubedi idea from 2009.
David.
Miss Slow.
Baby, you're doing something. I'm forced to be. Other than that, now it is 9:14. You are only raising issues about that Professor Mills now. When what we are discussing today had to do with measures in the COVID period. I know that they have a program now more and I'm benefiting from. And the fact that finance minister presents.
And I say, so be to announce some, and as we bought, yes, Mogua. When Yabo Tram and Antona announces some,
we don't have time for this now.
I buy a Bobosia. So within 3.5 years, no, Wababosia 135.7 billion.
Okay, I appreciate it. Now, Yembra, what is at stake and so Yembra.
And Satsicano, and then I bind the aye.
Okay.
And I made sure I say, one casa who yes, I didn't know political science. Say, I bind Bobosia, Yarisha, and then I would say, Sicanaye. And I made sure I say, I bind me by what Unhu Shekurano, Kumasi Abontin, Yesha, ye bet me on say. Kajetia Abontin, a baby disicabia, or Bobosia at the ye. Obi Behune say, Bia Oko and Okon carrier affery. A baby AC hospital, Bosia and Wade. Oko Bia, Yafer Tafu market, a baby Bobosia and Wade a ye. A baby Bobosia and Wade Swasi market. A baby Bobosian what they year a friend saying at Tonsu market. A idea a year visible, Ukon crying, a be a circle, Usha interchange, said your city. Uber was a baby Bobosian saying what they year. Wow, fra cran ebe, Usha airport terminal 3 said your city. No one will see wow, just a one will say yes, what's your maybe a Bobosian and what they year. She said, Oko Bepa, Sante Bepa, hospital, CSDA. For a secondary school, who just our hospital now, Utimus a Bosnia and one more year. Uko Ridge Hospital, Accra. Uko Utimu say yes, hospital way about Bosnia and one more year. Uko Legon Hospital, Cassia, Miami, a one and a bang.
David,
what you are, Utimu say, what is the
Sir achievement, Wabubo, and this achievement way 2016, you see why I said a young can Nasem. 2016, Ghanaians passed a verdict. And Ghanaians over 1 million votes say, in spite of such achievement, they wanted a change. Now, why can't we talk about their finance minister? And you want us to be enumerating this achievement? Program
Ghana. Akrachi fo bebre wo ma we mu a wo mu di Ghana fo hwama papa yan kire illiterate no edan ni dan and ye gina say de to aba.
What makes you think so?
Amankwah nim
we sure
Amankwah nim kwan ya fa so to aba.
David,
million development finance meba
what are you saying this?
What do what time?
Sure.
Yes,
or can you be
yes, no, but we don't have time.
Time on.
Yes,
time on. Yes, you're back comfort be no time.
Yes, dear, kwan ya fast we boom mine. Yes, on mine ya facing ya friend developing country. Developing country be on mine ya facing na etum pon kakaba no. Ade a wo hia near friend infrastructure. Infrastructure any schools, hospitals, amenities, road constructions. San Womano, and ye de chere say there be or maybe a fifisen san o man na wo hia na no e ne betimi ama o manfo e ho ato no ma me ma typical example o fa Kumasi kwan so na wo kwa Abuakwa from Sofola sa e de ko sitano so Roman for aso dan ho she infrastructure she ekwan no ho sa na fu ani to na hwe se omuyi kwan ne keke no ekwan ne se de asia bia ma manfo AC stores akase se wudu tano so abontia stores yi ene spring up sa wo yes anu ma na emakromu ebie emomani mu epuntu ebem be wo fi kwad ayi wo fi ho tano so Romans ho no na wo kwa Abuakwa wo betimi adi best 2 hours traffic nkoa ansa no wadu Abuakwa busa ho se adan within a period of 3.5 years abanyaba no wontimi nya sa kwan no emma manfo ho ntomo na Abuakwa eko ayi macro eko ayi nyina no entimi ntre enti
David
see
is that fine now okay
oh meba
see that say is that fine now okay President J Kufuor awo it ko fa sa interchange ya wo ka say ewo eye Sofola so dim say President Kufuor na sha say
President na me ji wo hobi ansa no mo beta te so
Kufuor address ba bia na ewo eko ending
na minim ba bia mo sha ase ni ba bia mo do
going this way
15% 15
no
and you avoid ma ohene nya betre David
David 2000 no stop insulting
I'm serious
stop insulting the electric 2008 when ana NDC President Kufuor then ana onye Ghana they voted against that
President Kufuor
why do you say so munim senior
let's
sit to what is on the table today.
That's
wrong. How would you
I'm
know?
Serious.
How would you know?
I based on research.
Research, man. Where is the paper?
Mina make sure will say.
Let's stick to what we have.
Say what a developing country or manya a say a developing country. Na here hospital. Na here schools. Here kwa sit down, sanoma, a bed no man etumpon.
Okay, me that say my
because me yari am hospital. I send me go school. I send me fa so.
David Matias,
no man ni ejina so to aba.
Matias.
Be am for to aba troka. Oh, ni akwa to aba pe na man for ni am chire ye wo man.
Stop the state, David.
It is unfair.
David, stop
and
this.
I am ready, say Ghana for ye beti mi achira man for say. San no we and ye jina so to aba. Na nya say ye bani about the cancer one na man for. David, we are very serious.
David, stop this. Thank you very much. Thanks for stop this thing. I'm not sure people will be happy with that statement. Say omo nim say ni ayetwa, but I think it's not a fair statement. No, David, David, I'm coming. David, I'm not permitting that.
Oh, Mr. Che, who can say ohene ma kwan ma
please, lawyer, good evening. David, please. David, please, lawyer, good evening. Where are we going to have an opposition party in Ghana speaking little good about the government in power? Lawyer, our politicians are failures. And they should keep in mind that we, the youth of Ghana, are now educated. We now know what is good and bad. We don't vote for government, finance, background, etc., but we vote for beneficial policies. Our eyes are now open. Thank you, Obed Abuaso. Hey, this man again. Well, your friends have started calling you names. Please tell NDC man, 54.3 million is so big to build new Kumasi, but NDC gave only Wyoming 52.4 million as judgment debts for no work done. Propaganda, hypocrisy, lies. This is what NDC know. We in Ghana, when Major Mahama was killed, NDC went same to happen to Honorable Hawa Kumsim. Because no message, no manifesto, that is why they are crying up and down. Nanado Ato Kujo will win 2020. Say amen. Wafayao Ikumfi sends us this message. Now this one says all MPP party members and Ghanaian citizens must blame the minister Attorney General for allowing the visa-free Ankara the power to talk without prosecuting him for the embezzlement of the state funds at Brazil World Cup. Walanyo Inakatia says, Mahama and his shadow NDC give us free water and electricity in unlikely events. They come back to power after 20 years and over. Regards to Ernest Yao Kumi. This one says, lawyer, the man in your studio and the entire NDC are confused because of today's presentation by the finance minister. Don't worry, so-called that man won't provide you with any meaningful information. Gusty man from Brekum sends this message. Good evening to you, lawyer. Kindly ask the NDC man to go to court. That's if he doesn't agree with the figures. This propaganda from NDC is becoming too much. 4 more years for Nana. Kobina sends us this message. This one says, lawyer, Sami Jamfi's NDC communication director should be mindful of, well, lawyer, it is extremely difficult to wake up someone who is not asleep. This is exactly the behavior the NDC rep on your studio this night is exhibiting. Can you fancy the like of him asking whether the finance minister understood what 54.3 million means? He should be reminded that issues of such nature should not be directed at Honorable Kenoforiat. I think he has risen above that. By then, we don't expect him to craft for the Honorable Minister. Ghanaians are best judges. He should give us a break. George from Daboya sends us this message. Lawyer, good evening to you. Akufo-Addo government is doing marvelous work. Another 3 months free utility. I am protecting my town for him. Job Adumako Atano Odumasi sends us this message. Lawyer, good evening to you. Tell the NDC man that some of us listening to you are matured and educated. Therefore, if he is analyzing issues, he should present facts more than emotions, because most of his submissions lack meaningful points and facts. Samuel Entry, Kumasi behind Prempe SHS, sends this message. Hi, good evening to you. I am Musa Friye Nestina from Ahafo, Gambia, number 2. I want to congratulate His Excellency Nana Addo for the good work he's doing. God bless him. 4 more years for Nana. Mr. Chebrobe has spoken very well. Gambia, number 2. Greetings to you, and I greet you all well. This man says he is Kenwood from Tadi. I thank God for making me a Ghanaian, and to my Lord to bless this nation and make life bearable for all citizens. If this would come to fruition and to make this nation a developed nation, then NPP should be allowed to rule Ghana for the next 40 years. Vote Nana Addo, vote NPP always. Good evening to you, lawyer. How many days, towns, regions did MPP leader cook 54.2 million during COVID-19 pandemic 2020? Is it true? Well, that's the question he is asking. Teacher Constitution, Riamuasa says the country with most hypocrites in the world is Ghana. Those calling for the resignation of Honorable Mavisawa Komsen have forgotten what happened to the late Major Maxwell Mahama. So the woman should have allowed the tax to kill her, or what? Who to crucify Hawa Komsen for shooting in the air as a sign of self-defense? One called his daughter shot 5 times in the air at a Menfi by-election, which even prompted his bodyguard to snatch the gun from him, who said what? Even though I don't justify Honorable Kumsin's action. Opoku Juma from Apatrapa sends this message. And this one says, lawyer, thank you. Good work done. I cannot afford to miss this program. Lawyer, you are my mentor. Keep it up. Honorable George Osei, a Sumanin Assembly member. Konya Brehuma Asaman. Thank you, lawyer. And I say thank you to trying to quickly finish up with some of the messages. I see I don't get here some media people some of Mr. Free and Candice have all seen what we call governance. Governance is not press conferences here and there. My question is, would the NDC people enjoying will enjoy 3 months free electricity utilities. My regards to Honorable Saver Asumadu Sakodie and others. This one says, the lawyer, thank you. Please, the budget review. I didn't hear anything about the payment of Papakwasi Indium and other banks that revoked their license. They are hopeful. There was a hope for this government. ADB Obuasi Sans, you want to know. Apia Andrews listening live from Doma. I like the budget so much. May God bless Nanado 4 more years for Nana. Teacher Kujo Tepanyina Ususu says, since the effects of COVID-19 struck the nation, NDC have been making a lot of noise till today. They started threatening, shouting, and cursing people. The compilation of the new voters register, they pledged to bring war to the doorstep of everybody if EC went ahead to compile the new voters register. They went on protests, went to courts, and all failed. Regards to Honorable Suleiman Adamu, a Hafuano North member of Parliament. Papa lawyer, this review after presentation ended the vision of former president of becoming a president again. Ohene, this was exactly what we were praying for, and this is the governor has given it to us. We shall therefore thank him by giving him another 4 more years to continue the good things. Good evening, Accra, Bafo, Chronom, Kwapra, Kumase, sends this message. Sir Awuku from Asuboy says, God bless President Nanado and Dr. Mamu Bawumia for their selfless leadership. MPP government symbol of hope and development. Obatampa budget, papa. Sir Awuku from Asuboy sends this one. Adade TV repeller from Bremai West. What a budget. Nanado, God bless you very much. Good evening to you, lawyer. Who told Sami Jamfi that NDC is coming back to power after 2021? Under President Mahama administration, one overhead cost $270 million, but President Nanado, 4 overheads cost $285 million. President Mahama used $250 million for 420 Bears Hospital, but President Nanado used 80.5 million for 600 Bears Hospital. Who will you vote for? Nana Ofori Kwamo would want to ask this question. The Kaswa rebel, our Kumsing, continuous stay in office is not only embarrassing to Nanado and Ghana as a whole, but also encouragement for other attacks to perpetuate similar or even worse criminal acts. This coming from Tomla Mankraso. Okay, Adam, plenty messages. I'll try and read some of them as we proceed from here. Now, remember also Mr. Chebrobe. Now let's look at the mitigating measures are by the Abase or the Ebeso Ghana form. It was a media budget review.
Lawyer Mdase. But if it's about qualifications in finance, then we also have some. And we also teach finance. Enti yebe kasa wa ha ni enkasa ntungu. We produce facts and figures. Na me feel seminia or be contested those facts and figures. Or uncontested those facts and figures. Infrastructure development, no. Ono enkasa ni leader. Former President Mahama was a exercise in mediocrity. Is a be call list we why. But when the catcher say MPP2 and then another Dankwa Kufado on your way. One back at show, sir. Sure. Machro say, on mine Sikasem for 2020. Sika Yushin Ama. So cool. My main Treminia say, under NDC2, okay? overall revenue na 200 billion Ghana cedis for one more 8-year period. My main sanction is say cocoa revenue nkwa former president for 4 years na only 15.2 billion. Omunya 90 billion. I want to repeat that. From 15.2 billion to 90 billion. Over gold revenue, former president for 9 billion. No. Almost 8 years, no, omunya 28 billion. 28 billion times 3. Tax revenue times 6. Over cocoa revenue, former president Kufuor 7.4 billion. No, omunya 17 billion. In fact, our friend is saying oil was nil. Omunya oil $3 billion. Nanso so facts no here se usiesie ho a se usiesie ho na se ho ayefa o hwa mirror no mu a o hwa hwehwe no mu a ahwehwe ne be kire se masiesie mo ho na no ayefa. Okay, me see when nyina chi no wo mo grow economy no as at the time wo mo free film free so 3.4%. I want to repeat that. 3.4%. So we are here. Na say your mouth paper near because if it's a faculty laboratory. Now call laboratory why? O koye lab na lab test na be try yare. NDC pens on na a minor or badadwa. It's just 3.4%. No. Former President Kufuor grow economy 8.5%. Share abanya o kind of credit over real GDP growth this particular budget na abanya we say air target 6.8%. How much was the growth for our friend is 2019 around 6.5%. Nanso so o for free 8 me person
problem with say mo finance people you mo bet me display mo fan but my point is say ordinary Ghanaian na o hwe mo anwumbre we Samo, I want us to calm down to say, I did because we have only 30 minutes. We have only 30 minutes to end this program.
Meko very quickly. Now, or say, sir, Bosnian MPP abono, Ediana Podia. Now, a same way, one Timmy and Cardia Bakupekra. Banking sector cleanup alone.
I want to person may do it.
I want to spend 10 hours.
I want to make
and not you know spend 10 hours or banking sector cleanup alone 21 billion. Cleanup costs 21 billion. Now, sir, banks na nemfi na efi moja na nemfi atotomu no. Em produce sa support here. Okay? Afei, what railways, sana musija railways. Railway infrastructure, muja ne saying. Na yewra jogate adwuma waye no, what dey chire, wo the railways is echo wo man mu. Ah? Tamale airport expansion, sa ekoso. Anameboa. Wonam kuma se unu sa kwan ekoso, unu sa bridges ekoso. Interchange. Our friend is saying, our friend is saying, tema interchange. Obichebilante interchange. And our friend is saying, Pokiasi interchange. And to say, when you say, Bibia air coso. I don't think I do maybe analysis. You bet me a Kataya knew one side, near Bia knew one side. Sanyama was saying, now, me a show some media, Uhunu. Fishing land sites are ECOSO. Finance Minister are report to the 75% complete, the air complete, different levels of completion. And then tier budget here. Sanyama we say munina kumu. A honing in an idea and yadia would do any other ashe. Energy sector data, any investment SACO energy sector. Government priority areas, investment ECO under one district, one factory, planting for food and jobs, infrastructure for poverty alleviation program. Zongo Development Fund say under University and Zongo Development projects are ECOSO Finance Minister akani free SHS program. What you say? You know sir analysis sika without debt eba NDC nsem. And son wakofa without borrowing, buying this in 7. And son wakofa sika omu borrow ye and so ababa ka ho. And son washed your omu de ye. Na say oh yeah infrastructure argument. Let me tell you this. If calculating infrastructure as a ratio of GDP, what much of my infrastructure na ye 4%. 4%. Kufuor no only oil, any BBR no, 8 years. I want to use 8 years versus 8 years. Infrastructure as a ratio of GDP no, na 8%. And so when you oil, when you say sika kesiye ya me mention ye from year to year, me mention ye. Enti ya na ya to ya wase kakra. Yen men kata ye ni completely e wo de aban bi ye ho. Ohene for about the mitigation factors. It is even one of the more reason why MPP is going to win election 2020. Mark my words. It's so
Ghana for per se who say sa bidia we no sa mitigation and their man then na ban so be
abaya dikan ye niam bebre ana say oba be ye bia den asan aka ho die odi kan eye ene ensu a womu a sabio mpradiasa ohia wo ho no o ka se bosome miensa na ye of friend is saying April, May and June say wasi sa omo non so yen samfa yemo omo free after the end of the year. Electricity sa ankrofo na womo sabim producer ahokyere na say ihia ho no sa ankrofo na so electricity yema omo free after the end of the lifeline consumer yema omo up to the end of the year. Already me no ya enjoy 50% of electricity already. Okay, I say frontline workers contact tracing no more 150. You say ya insurance I then am more risk allowance and reflect here, but I'm very confident say they are very reflected. I say usha business supporter or the man businesses are small and medium enterprises, no, about 1 billion Ghana cedis. And Sana a consortium of banks provided 3 billion Ghana cedis also for business support. And ne mino kasei wasan so 100 billion Ghana cedis also for COVID-19 support.
Now that is I don't know about Tampa. Okay. So about Tampa program no motive no ebeboa him for. So that is the government enjoy launch about Tampa.
Yeah.
Also omo lose omo juma ne manema omo critique.
A lot of Mr. Brobia kasa 10 minutes won't he?
Just market time. I am hosting the more fast just I'll come to you. Don't worry. I expect say when you are given time you talk to the issue so that
I will focus on the issues.
You have 2 hours but you are now above 9:40. Mr. Brobe London.
As I say, businesses especially, as I say, omoba back to life. If you say, sir, enyuma na ewo ho a, enna amanfo nya adwuma ye. And so enna oban so obenya ne sika in the form of taxes. Ye no enna ma oman ni nyini. Ye no na ema oman no mu bie. Ye no enna ma ahoto eba oman no mu. Ye no nti no for 2021, 2022, and 2023. Omampania, all minutes summary inquana, or Genicom kind no shed the Dutching, quite ever fast or mind be piano. Or no, timid Sanji share we say a tuko a man a man for. Oh, the shall I say, Yanuntino, sa budget way, any honji share, ababeda hono. Mimi Kwambro, Bemusa, a city, very clear. But say, I see a kind infrastructure. Because schools never are dying. A buying we see schools.
Very soon, we see politics. We'll have time to look at these things. So, and then,
dormitories and the classrooms.
Electoral Commission are compiling the voters register every year. Now, TCPA.
Yeah.
We'll have time to discuss these things. David, David, on these mitigation measures are by the by, but in the let me read some. Let me read some messages. Don't mitigation. No. Don't I'm coming to you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Relax. Good evening to you, boss. Oh. It is very disappointing. I'm sure you wanted to say disappointing. From this administration, and even you as well. We all witness, please type your message. We all witness what happened within the week. But for you to show the important video like Mavis Kumsin pulling a gun at a registration center, but unfortunately you refuse. Oh, boss, be professional for once. God is for all of us. Richard, inside New York City, Krobo Odumase. Well, Richard, I've seen you also. Oh, please, remember David. I've seen you also sending some. I would have, you know me, if you saw me, I would have read your message. But this your next message. Let me advise you. Just take it easy, because I am not the producer who selects videos. If you wanted to see our Kumsin's video and you are not seeing it, don't use that as a basis to use the words that you have written. If it were ordinary insult, I would have read it. But this one, I will not read it because I don't expect you to send me this message. Please. Yeah, I may read it, but this one.
944, Mr.
Good evening to you, lawyer. Please tell the NDC man, David, advise Sami Jamfi to use their numerous press conferences to propagate what he's saying about the achievements and attacking the ruling party. Ghana is working again. Nana, lawyer, when Nana, the all Ghanaians will enjoy the national cake. I'm happy for another free water and light for the next 3 months. You do a tepa. Sends us this message. Good evening to you, lawyer. The members of the NDC, our political party, talks about unnecessary things. They told us infrastructure is nothing, where even a toddler can do it, and they are now talking about it. Big hypocrisy said, and so Abiam Masante Achembompata sends us this message. OPK also says the NDC man should give us a break because super incompetent Mahama and NDC collapsed all the sectors of the economy for 8 years with their create, loot, and share. For bribe, we have chewed the meat, leaving the bone, etc. But another has fixed all the mess they created. So far, 4 more years for Nana to do more. Lawyer, good evening. Please inform the NDC when it comes to social intervention, the NDC doesn't come near the MPP. Condes Bedu Safety Asafo sends us this message. Ohene, good evening to you. Please, some of us listen to this program. I don't want to lose interest in the program. Don't bring. Okay, I won't read this one. The other ones. Okay. Frank Ajay Boachi Atonsagogo. I like. Lawyer, good evening to you. Why is David expecting so much from MPP government? Didn't the NDC under Mahama use $250 million to rehabilitate Greater Accra Regional Hospital? How can we use 54.3 to build a city? Shame unto him. Okay. Lawyer, thank you. 3 months more electricity bill. Oh, Nanado, well done. 4 more years to do more. Original Shamo Leather Obuase KTS sends us this message. And this one says, please introduce the social commentator very well, else I will stop watching you. He's an NDC man, so he should go straight to the point. ASEAN, no, he sent this one from my hometown. ASEAN from Brukum. If ASEAN is angry, I should not let him be angry. After all, tax on health workers has been abolished for 6 months. So what else again? ASEAN, we want to know. ASEAN, take it easy. Lawyer, thank you. I'm watching you live from Dencha Wawase, right? Okay. Dencha Wawase, 4 more years for Nana to do more. Teacher Constitution, I read your message somewhere. Lord, please tell David that we, the people of Ghana, are much impressed about the media budget, another free water, electricity for another 3 months. In any case, when GM was in power, Ghana had done so. He couldn't even provide us touch. He even told us that we use too much phones, and if we want stable electricity, we should pay more. Mark from Takrade sends us this message. Teacher Kujo, I'm not reading your message. I've read it somewhere. Lawyer, currently the biggest problem in Ghana is lack of reading, listening, and understanding on part of the entire NDC members. We are tired of their noise making on today's media budget review. Chumathing Luther King from Wa Upper West sends us this message. And this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Where were Sami Jamfi and Elvis Freye when Honorable Collins, the others brother, Naba, was slaughtering and beating people at Asutifi South constituency? Warning shots and you people are backing. Okay, other messages, I'll read them later. Let me go back to the lawyer. Good evening to you. May Sir John's soul rest in perfect peace. I am also an Adventist. We have lost such a wonderful elder of our noble church. Kudos to Nanado for another. He was a fantastic politician. Sir John Ubekono and DC for and we've lost a great person. David, intervention about Tampa care and other interventions under the media budget.
Lawyer made us papa. Unim near me babe cano, dear. Wa unim say I used to consult for a lot of banks. Ewoha.
Omo gugu ni aka.
One more gugu no eka ho papa.
Okay.
Me ne wo ka say eno sa consultancy ni na aboa me amadu baby amedu. Enne me ne wo ka say from 2018 ebesi enne a me ne wo ka say banks commercial banks bako 9 ena egu savings and loans limited enam over 33 near Kumasi a ye nyina ye ni tua eye first allied for me na me ye me omo insurance nyina nyina sa adwuma ne nyina abome me nya insurance commission bi anything first allied dey go kojo to across the country omo over 100 branches nyina egu enu achi yenim ye finance uni bank near wa ahayadum hayi any uni creditor na ewo ye finance adeshiman ha Unibank ne Unicredit nyina egu Savings and Loans Limited nyina egu Microfinance over 400 nyina egu Microfinance dodo a na okuremu nyina ubehu yese amanfo abrosan ne microfinance wo mo ha nyina Noble Dream nisa nyina egu ewokro we mu enne menam feel that me year research ye nam ene ye opinion pool ma me bia me koto no Mr. Bro be bia o kira de ke pole enchen ho wa ye djuma nurse ni meba ai okay mate wa ye djuma o confirm no 25 good years nurse ni wako ye ni wo je ni pension pay ni wako invest ye sa sika ni nyina egu Noble Dream ye friend say ye ne wo amekomu ye friend say ye la kame na unim ho amekom ho ye friend say Mr. Brobe come here, I do
what do you call it? Gold something.
Oh, but more than body, no. Now,
men's gold.
Over 500 microfinance commercial bank savings and loans limited. I must say, me consultancy, me yes Gandhi. Me Abaya guni nyina besi na me no kase. Abaya gu over 500. Banks, commercial banks. Nyina gu. Savings and Loans Limited.
I thought said me no consult.
Oh lawyer, me say.
No,
I was consulting for a lot of them.
And I see
Abaya guni nyina. Abaya guni nyina. Me no mienu ya wa ha. And 2016, ayi sunyane ya say God is love for say one DKM. and no kwa man for jina so ye dede wo Kumasi abonti ye dede wo brown be bia na me ye consultancy bia na ye ka ho asem. And now over 500 banks, savings and loans and microfinance. And you want me to be very comfortable in this country?
Okay, not being comfortable with the mitigation measures in the budget.
And what you know, sure, baby, I am no or my way, baby, I do no.
David, are you going to speak to issues or you are just making just or my?
Say, I think that maybe can't.
Now we don't have time. We are closing.
Mr. Probe, one man kasa.
Oh, the cow there because who baby I don't know discuss.
And no pan here discuss what.
Him for you know that.
And what you assemble who adam me makuma from so me Jesus was so dem akuma.
Now you akuma so assemble
how akum say oh lawyer.
Okay.
Say na wo kura kra ba.
Akum is in there, yes say.
How akum say. Na no ma me na ma me hu adwire me. Na me kaw lawyer na say we jai political science books no kind. Okay Thomas Hobbes. Okay John Locke. Okay
I don't need to.
Some of what can say be. Or must say we are say you remember state of nature?
Yes.
You can state of nature baby amra any sheye any a jungle. You say I can remember you say we uncle Timu wa Timu ro ka wa fu abeti. South Sudan be state of nature, animal kingdom. South Sudan be in how you come say or call down a deal. As a minister of state,
the state of nature when it prevails.
No,
the life of man becomes solitary,
brutish, poor, nasty.
Solitary
and what?
Nasty,
yes,
brutish, and short.
Very good. Son or kind of job.
That's stated in the home.
I know South Sudan and how I come say I call down a deal. As a minister of state, as a member of parliament, I wish Emra. No work a polling station. Yes, will be Afro say Obi a Basin Crow for polling station. Now could do polling station will be a William Rashebe Jenny. One panko whom police officers are more and one cast one report. One son called electoral officer now or one fanny dia mamu. Polling agent, one fa any day and fan mamu. No barbesiati matem tio, no po, Otun polling station. And these characteristics are ministers in this country.
Okay.
Some Crawford way by a minister, a bear no man at Tumpong. As a member of parliament, what does us to Bonnie say, Yadia? A bear than the police station.
You're a security.
That is why I am very angry.
No, relax.
San Subana,
David, relax.
I am never comfortable because we bear a state of nature when there is no law, when there is no order.
Relax. I say, Mr. C, we are aware, say, you being a security analyst. What him say was security agencies or more investigation? To the extent that I am a buffy back police for actually Mamina did some money say no police for said to car. David, Aqua Mamini Fia Paco Chani Pruse. David, are you aware they are investigating this matter? Are you aware they are investigating this matter? Police for why investigation? Oh, you as I am telling you, one to the extent that Mamino what decides some money say. Na posi 14 years to car. I call fee. I call trust statement. I said, why and I ask myself, what kind of a country is this? Anyway, today I'm sure you are not going to speak to any issues. So and I'm so sad. So. Mr. Bro, you are fine now. We are close. Lawyer, can Mr. Bro, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Uninterrupted. You are 2 minutes. David, I'll come to you. Don't worry. David, I'll come to you. Don't worry. I'll come to you. Mr. Bro, 2 minutes. Communication tax. Mr. Bro, can want them. Communication tax. Don't worry. Not 6%. I'll come to you. David. I buy at the court 9%. David, I'll come to you. Don't worry. Yes. Lawyer, me know what mommy want me know be coffee.
Lawyer.
I don't know what charges. I'm surprised.
Lawyer.
Mr. Roby. 2 minutes in there.
Respect for your program.
Yeah, I know.
Any respect. Me no share program several times. Then I mean, who what? Lawyer, some back pen and David. Lawyer, the ambassador can say. So no also consult for banks na egu ye na. Respectfully, I'm not surprised. Say banks na egu ye. That's it.
David, one why
lawyer, near me can try to say aban say womo use electricity. Now because of COVID-19, na womo enyuma asese na enkrofo adwuma nyina na aso ntine aban se wo ma wo mu electricity free eno no mebo aban abaso se aban atusa na mo no eno achi wo se fire ayi fa ne se water nsuo asoso no enam sa ho kire na doso na enkrofo ho kire wonti aban se nsuo soso no yemfa na free be bosome miensa ne etoso so no communication tax communication ye kasa ne de ebi ye computer ne ye adwuma me kai pa se na ye 6% as 2016 aban emma so e de ko 9% emma se wo ye ko ketewa me fro ilo hini janze si a ketewa bi na me credit na asa me wo internet cafe ketewa bi na me credit asa ana enne aban se wo teso because ya kan ho asem me kai pa se John Mahama kan ho asem COVID-19 time e kan ho asem se there be communication tax no e kosoro do aban mo modern teso because school for abafie a wo yisi enti aban se say no what teso e de aba 5%.
Medase.
Ya de papa.
Medase David.
Medase enyefo. What say dem say analysis.
David now David agbe na tie nkan. Sunday di kind no Saturday every week on the first pepe. Madam Mary Enin. I am my friend we no Mary. Francisca Obeng Brobe. Or aka Mrs. Ohene Gyan. Mami pa eneda Saturday,
lawyer,
Saturday
wife for Saturday, madam for me maniaco. Wife for madam for me maniaco.
1st of August 2020, and they bear the down on the year. I will bomfa.
Oh, I hear bomfa
here. Church in bomfa here. One cry.
Who do feature? You remember me maniaco
or here on your brain. And I'm for
madam for no, I never be a good dinner member.
Oh, what she said, you made the Brahmin, I don't must say.
Lawyer, me chairman director, Mr. Papa.
Yeah, the woman, Papa. Now, what you said, David, what's it? Now, you said,
Papa, dear said, was a famous, or said that you send me contest as a president. Or best sponsor me, never done us.
Oh, no, that's it. Now, you said the young Ponya, do a best some or punchy Juma dear, so our cousin, Macram.